Hello, everyone. Vinny Paracelli here at the North American Hockey League offices in Dallas, Texas. A big day in the NAHL yesterday as we announced the expansion of the league to include the Maine Nordiques and the New Mexico Ice Wolves. Here now with President and Commissioner of the North American Hockey League, Mark Frankenfeld. Mark, exciting week in the NAHL. Tell us about how this all came together.
Yeah, Vinny, thanks. It's been a great week here in the North American Hockey League. We take expansion very seriously. We've been very comfortable at 24 teams for a very long period of time. So the very first thing we have to consider when we are expanding is making sure we have the right ownership group, we have the right market, it fits into the footprint, the player pool's in a good spot that we can responsibly expand and make sure that we can continue to provide as many young guys the opportunity to play in our league and make it to the Division I level. In these particular cases, Stan Hubbard, very experienced guy in hockey, very experienced guy in business. He's going to be a solid owner in New Mexico, being someone that's been in hockey before in the United States Hockey League many years ago, being in the broadcasting and marketing field. He's going to bring a lot to the table and really do a lot of great things for not only the North American Hockey League, but also the youth hockey and everything about it in New Mexico. Switch on over to Lewiston, Maine. Great building up there. Sits right above the New England and Boston area. Great little junior town. Dr. Daryl Antonacci's got a great program there with the Mark Howe, NHL Hall of Famer, his son Nolan running it hockey-wise, bringing together a great building, a great market, and a great hockey development product. Going to be very great additions for the North American Hockey League.
You touched on it a little bit. What specifically about these two markets made them attractive to the league?
Well, when we looked at the league overall, we have 6 teams in the South that have been very solid programs for a long period of time now, and neither of those and 6 teams in the East that are very solid right now and have been here for a while. The Maryland and the Jamestown existence gives us a very good, solid rounding to that footprint, but in either footprint, with only 6 teams, you can't really reach anybody else from the ground. In the mid-central, as you call it, the Midwest and the Central, you've got teams that can cross over divisions and play each other. A little bit more variety for the players, a little bit more variety for the fans, a little bit more sustainability in case there is a little bit of a slip in a market or somebody has to take a day off or a year off. So we felt it was important to take advantage of the opportunity to get the South and the East to a stronger footprint of 8, and you got to start by getting to 7 before you get to 8. And again, before we even looked into that piece, we really wanted to make sure, again, that we had the right markets, we had the right ownership group, they understood the level of hockey, and they were interested in giving back to the community, back to the North American Hockey League, back to the youth hockey, everything, what we're about in the fabric and the DNA of an NHL owner.
Now, finally, of course, the NAHL is all about the players. What does this do to help their development in the NAHL?
Well, interestingly enough, in a lot of our research, we've found that about 13 players per team in the North American Hockey League are advancing to the NCAA every year. And so we've improved our number one, just overall NCAA advancement, but also our number of Division I commitments. And we felt with a player pool, it'd be important for us to bring more players into that advancement and development process. The other thing that we've noticed since the North American Hockey League has established an Eastern footprint, we've seen one heck of a lot of players that may not be quite aware of North American Hockey League hockey, the brand, out in the East and the Northeast, now playing in the league and using the North American Hockey League Eastern partners as a way to advance to Division I college hockey. We've just seen a ton of players in the Northeast start to play in our league here recently and achieve that Division I scholarship. So the more we have in that footprint, we think there's a lot more players out there to service.
There you have it, the North American Hockey League expanding to 26 teams, giving more players the chance to develop in the League of Opportunity.